Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a great day today. Please, if you are on this call, write your name on the chat box. Let me know those that came early. Thank you. So, it's not yet time. We still have 3 minutes to go. So, write your name on the chat box. So, while we're waiting for 7 p.m. West Africa time, I'll just be asking a few questions. How many of you are interested in getting a scholarship this year, 2025? If you are watching this video, comment. Do you need to get a scholarship this year? If your answer is yes, then this session is for you. All you need to do is to watch from day 1 to day 5. Today is day 4, so we still have the final session tomorrow. So anytime you come across this video and you know you are passionate about getting a scholarship this year, don't fail to watch from the beginning of this boot camp to the end, from day 1 to day 5, because you are going to learn the reason why your scholarship applications are being rejected. You will see the things you are not doing well and how you are going to do it rightly to be able to get a scholarship. That is what you are going to learn from this session. So on Monday, we talked about the various categories of scholarships that we have and where you can find them. I also compiled a list of all the scholarships, which I told everyone you can get it for $5 USD. There is a merit-based scholarship, like the likes of Gates Cambridge Scholarship. Those merit-based scholarships are those that have high GPA are the ones that get it. Aside from the merit-based scholarship, there is the government scholarship, like the Chevening, the Commonwealth. Those are the government scholarships. There is a need-based scholarship, like the MasterCard Foundation, for people that maybe come from a particular region, like Africans and people that come from a poor background. Those are the need-based scholarships. Then some school scholarships, the ones that university give. So the school scholarships, you have several types. The ones that you can get the scholarship based on maybe hardship or based on academic excellence. Depends on how the school position it. There is a research-based scholarship, like the Australia Award scholarship and the PhD scholarship. Those are research-based scholarships. Then we also have the just go through the first session. You see all the different categories of scholarships that we have when you go through the first session. Then you can see how to check for your eligibility, whether this is for you or not. Then the next thing, you will see how to apply for these scholarships to make sure that you submit the best application and what you are supposed to avoid. What are you supposed to avoid? So these are the things you will learn from this session. For day 2, we talked about how to write your personal statement and the motivation letter with examples on how to craft them, how to create a hook using the storytelling approach and using the STAR method as well. Day 3, we differentiated between statement of purpose, personal statement, and motivation letter. So we differentiated between these three things. What are the tones we are going to use to write each of them, and when are we supposed to use them? Depends on what the school asks for. Most of the time, statement of purpose is used for the main admission, while your personal statement most of the time is used for the scholarship application. So don't forget to follow up all the sessions so you can get the most out of it. You know exactly how to craft each of these documents. So for today, we are talking about academic CV. And this session is very important because a lot of people, they don't know there is a difference between academic CV and work CV. You are applying for a scholarship and you are using your work CV, which is not right. So today we are going to talk about it, how to craft your academic CV to stand out, to be able to get you that scholarship. All these things matters. It's not just your SOP. Your CV matters. If it does not matter, they won't ask you for your CV. If your CV does not matter, nobody will ask you for your CV. So let's just wait for 2 minutes before I start the class proper. Let's wait for 2 minutes so that a few other people can join the call as well. Thank you. So if you're on this call already, you can write your name on the chat box. We are starting in the next 2 minutes. If you have already joined the call, please can you write your name so I can know those that came early. Please write your name on the chat box. We are starting in the next 1 minute. Okay, Sonia, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So the first three people, please, can I see your names? I'm just seeing only Sonia's name. I'd like to see your names, please. I'm very sick. Like yesterday, I was vomiting, but I still try to make out time to make sure that I hold this class because I cannot cancel it. I've already started it. Well, I was sick yesterday, today I was sick, but then I feel a little bit stronger now. So I'd like to see your names on the chat box. Then we are going to start now. Okay, Geraldine, welcome. Andrew, welcome. So today, good evening everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining. Today we are talking about, yeah, thank you, Prosper, thank you. Today we are talking about how you can perfect your academic CV to make sure that you get a scholarship. So it's not just about your personal statement or your SOP or your motivation letter. Your CV is also one thing that, yeah, Chinenya, I'm seeing you, thank you. Your CV is also very important to make sure that you get the scholarship. So are you using your work CV to apply for scholarship? That is totally wrong. Let's go into details. The objective of today's class, first, to understand the purpose of an academic CV. Second, to master the STAR method. STAR method, S stands for situation, T stands for task, A stands for action, R stands for result. Number three objective is to write your experiences in an active and impactful tone. Don't use passive tone in your CV. Some of you will come and write, I will do this, or like there is a way you write the language in the CV. You use active tone, and also show your personal impact. For example, you are part of a group project. You need to show your own contribution to that group project. So the fifth objective is to customize your CV for each scholarship. You have to tailor your CV to match each scholarship. So it is not the same CV you use to apply for, let's say you applied for environmental science. It's not that same CV that you use to apply for maybe another course like medicine. Or you need to tailor your experience to match each CV, to match each application you are making. So what is an academic CV? It is a document that highlights your educational background, your research experience, your leadership skills and achievements. These are the things you need to include in your academic CV. So academic CV most of the time is longer than the normal CV, your work CV. Most of the time academic CV is larger in length. So your academic CV is important because the scholarship committee or the school, they need to look at your academic achievements and your leadership to know if you actually going to do well when they give you this course. So how do you structure your academic CV? Your personal information from the beginning, like from the heading, you have to put your name, your contact. If you are putting your date of birth, remove it. Some people come and put their date of birth, or you went to cyber cafe, you told them I want to do a CV, they will do generic CV for you. Remove it. So don't put your age in your academic CV. In your CV, both academic and work CV, don't put your age. Don't put your marital status, the name of your number of children, all those things that I used to see in those their CV that they do at the cyber cafe. You don't put all those things there. So just your name, your contact details, your email, your LinkedIn, and your website. If there are other, maybe you have a portfolio also, you put these things there. Then the next thing is what? The education. What's your educational background? If you list out what you studied, you put your GPA. That's if you have a very good GPA. If your GPA is low, no need of putting it there. So, but if your GPA is very high, then it's good to put it there as well. Then if you have done research, you include your research experience as well. If you have done research, put the research. If you did maybe undergraduate project or master's project, you can put the name of that, the title of your project. If you have the document, you hyperlink it there so that when they click it, it will take them directly to the link. That's one thing I did in my CV. So my CV has hyperlinks. Anything I said I did, when you click it, it will take you to that stuff. All my projects, my training, certificates, award, trips, presentations, all those things I put there. I hyperlinked all of them. So when you click it, it will take you directly to that. I remember I did one interview with the African Union Digital Innovation Fellowship. Yeah, I got to the third stage, but I didn't later win the fellowship. I reached the final stage, but I think I was disqualified after the interview. But then one of the questions they asked me was the hyperlink in my CV, because we submitted only CV, cover letter, and the application form. So they clicked on one of the links and they saw my publications, and then they asked me about the publication. I should talk about any of my publications, share the methodology, everything. So whatever you're putting in your CV, make sure you're able to defend everything in your CV. Make sure you're able to defend everything in your CV. So if you have done publications or you have attended conferences, these are the things you put in your CV. If you have done any work or internship, you're also going to put it in your CV, but don't put it first. Since it's an academic CV, your work experience can come down. What should be up is all those things related to academic. Like when they look at the CV, the first things they should see your what you studied, then research. publications, conferences, all those things that are related to academic. If there are some other certificate programs you have done, those are the things that will be up. Then coming down, then you put your work, your internship. Then if you have gotten award or scholarships, you put all of them. If you have done leadership, volunteering, all those things, community work, put everything there. Your skills, if you have some skills, even languages, what are the languages you are fluent in? Like that African Union Digital Innovation Fellowship I was talking about, they needed someone that is fluent in at least two African Union languages. So I'm only fluent in one. So this man, because he saw in my CV, I included that I have a basic knowledge of French, a basic knowledge of Chinese. But what I'm very fluent is English. The man, I never knew he also know Chinese language. And he started asking me questions in Chinese. I was answering him. The ones I don't like, I tell him I don't know this one because I stopped at HSK 1. So I dropped out at HSK 2. I did only HSK 1. But I was able to answer something. So assuming I lied and then I don't know he's going to ask me, what will I do? Will I be able to defend it? So whatever you are putting in your CV, make sure you can defend it. Make sure you can defend it. So let's move to the STAR method. The STAR method. What is the STAR method? Situation. The S stands for situation. What is the problem or the context you are in? The T stands for task. What is the responsibility or the objectives that you are supposed to carry out? A stands for action. What step did you take to solve the problem? R stands for result. What is the measurable impact of your action? So make sure you apply STAR method in anything you are writing, anything at all, any academic stuff you are writing. Apply that STAR method. It's very important. It shows that you understood the problem, you understood what they are supposed to do. It's showing your problem solving skill in a nutshell. So, and also it makes meaning, because you cannot just come and tell me that I trained students in making sanitary pad. You just wrote it there. Why did you train them in making sanitary pad? Did they tell you they need sanitary pad? So in such kind of situation, you have to start with the problem. 500 million women lack access to basic menstrual hygiene products according to the World Bank. Then you move to the objective. What is the objective? For example, in the school where you are, women, I'm using sanitary pad, please pardon me, because that's what I am doing. So that's why I'm using it as example. Almost every time I'm giving the example, I use the sanitary pad because that's my own field. So what's the objective now? Now what these women now in the place you're working, the girls, they also face such issues, maybe skipping school during the menstruation period. They skip school. Those that have work, maybe they skip work because they cannot get sanitary pads. Some of them use tissue paper, handkerchiefs, stockings, unhygienic things. And then, yeah, if you have done survey, you can include it there. If you have done survey, you can include it. So I'm just giving an example. In this situation that they lack this sanitary pad, what is the objective? What is supposed to be done is that they are supposed to get sanitary pad, right? Then what is your own action? I'll now say, after I noticed the problem and then I took action by organizing a training to teach, put the number of students there. If you taught 50, put 50. Don't say I taught students, put 50, put the number, put the location. So after you've noticed the problem, then you taught 100 students on how to make sanitary pad. You did not just end that you taught them. After you finish teaching them, what is the result? This training resulted to a 50% decrease in school absenteeism during menstruation. So you see the impact now. Because they used to skip school when they're menstruating, now your project have helped them to stop skipping school during menstruation by at least 50%. So that is the STAR method we are talking about. When you are narrating your work experience or your academic experience or anything you are putting in your CV, apply this STAR method in all of them. It shows you are capable of identifying problem, you're capable of solving problem. It shows your strength, and it also makes your CV to stand out from others. Don't use what other people are writing, and don't forget to always put numbers. Numbers is important. It makes your work to be credible. Whatever you write, it makes it to be credible. Do you get it? Let me give another example of the star method again. For example, I'm a research assistant on a particular climate resilient project. I wrote it that I'm a research assistant. So. Now, how do I narrate my tasks in this role? I'll start by climate change threatening Africa, local water supply, maybe in South Africa, whatever. You put the statistics. Where did you get the information from? To investigate sustainable water management system, I conducted 20 field studies to analyze 5 years of climate data, blah, 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 blah. And the result of this work was published in so journal. You put it. This is a good method of star approach. And remember, one thing you need to avoid is passive voice. Passive voice. Don't say, I participated in research projects on climate change and wrote a report. That's a passive voice. Use the active voice. Like, let it show that, like, let it show action. Let it not be like a past tense. Let it be like in the present. If you say I participated in a, like, it's like it's past tense, but like use the active voice. Use the active voice when you're writing your experience in the CV. Use the active voice. Do you get it? Use the active voice. Both your leadership, everything you're writing on, use the active voice there. So what's the differences between academic CV and professional CV? The purpose of academic CV is for scholarship, research, fellowships, academia, anything that is related to academics. Those are the things that need you to submit academic CV. So you asked, what if you did participate long time ago? Should we still put it in the present tense? Yeah, you are going to use the active voice, like I said. After this call, go and read up about active and passive voice. Just make sure you apply it correctly. Don't use passive voice in your CV. Don't use passive voice. Use active voice. So that's the difference. If you still want, after this call, you can get a copy of my own CV or other CV, but it's not free of charge because it took me years to get to this point. So the CV, I'm just giving it out at $5 only. So if you need it, I have 1-page CV, 2-page CV, 7-page CV, depending on even Europa CV. Any of the CVs you want, I have it. And this CV has earned me so many scholarships, awards, more than 45 awards. I've gotten more than 45 awards. So if I say get the CV at $5, you know that I'm just giving it to you. I'm dashing you the CV because I'm not supposed to give it out. It's my personal belonging. I remembered one time I gave it out to someone. The person just removed only my names and replaced it. Removed my names only and replaced her own name and her details. Like, it was just like plagiarism. I was so disappointed. I never expected that. And I believe that those that are taking the CV from me, you're not going to do the same. It's just a guide. So you need American CV for Fulbright. Yeah, the normal CV, you can use it for all those schools in the US. I know I used it to get admission 2 years ago in the US. You can use it. Then the Europa CV is mainly because of the Erasmus. Though what I currently use now is the Europa CV. I only use the I only use the normal CV when I'm applying for something that needed a lower number, like maybe 1-page, 2-page. That's when I use the other CV. But for my like PhD application, master's application, I use that of Europa's because it's more detailed. I put a lot of things there. So it's also good if you can get, I'm putting everything up all the 1 page, 2 page, all the CVs, 7 page, all of them in one document. So you can look at it, the Europass and the one that is not Europa CV. So all of them are there. Most of the time, some scholarships will ask you for 1 page, 2 page. How do you compress all your achievement into 1 page? That's what you see when you get the CV. You see how to bring down everything, because it's not easy. Like, it was difficult for me to do it because my normal CV initially was like 10 pages. I started cutting down a lot of things, irrelevant informations, started removing so many things until I got to 7 pages. And then when they ask for 1 page, 2 page, I still have to cut down so many things. Now, why do you need this CV? Because there are some applications. Don't use the same CV for all your applications. That's just the truth. Depend on what you're applying for. I used to adjust my CV. Depends on what you're applying for. I normally put the thing I'm applying for in the CV. Then I check the informations there. The ones that are not needed, I take it away. The ones that I need, I put it there, depending on what you're applying for. Yes. So the next thing, your academic CV, your major focus there is your education, research, publications, award. If you don't have a publication, better attend tomorrow's class. I'll be talking about research method, how you can conduct research. If you attend tomorrow's class, I know it's not enough. I'll still have several other sessions about research. It's not, one day is not enough to talk about research. So if you need to have publications that you include, in fact, let me tell you, I started preparing for this scholarship for a very long time. It was 2023. I had 2 publications in 2023. Last year, I couldn't finish up the book I was writing. I want to publish. I couldn't finish it up. This year already, I've published 1 article. I've submitted another abstract. If it is accepted, I'll do the paper presentation and then publish the paper. My target for this year, it's always good to give yourself a target. My target this year, I was very intentional. I've never been this intentional all the other years. Yes, I know that I set targets, but this year target is very different from others because I set targets. Yeah, I need to publish at least 3 journals before the end of this year. At least 3 journals before I finish my master's. Apart from the article I published, I published 1 article, then the other one I was like a co-author. So like 2 articles. But then what's the major publication I want to have? At least 3 publications this year. And I need to grow my organization. I need to be intentional. This YouTube training live stream, it was not easy for me. I was sick. I was vomiting last night, but then I'm here because I've set target that this year I need to train people. Before I started this YouTube, 2022, I started applying for scholarship. I said the day I will get the scholarship, I will begin the YouTube training to teach other people how to do it so that they don't go through all the long processes I went through before I was able to get it. Others will also learn from my mistakes, especially when I was trying to be stubborn about the course I'm going to study. I was saying, no, I must do climate change, climate change. And this thing kept me for 2 years without a scholarship. Not like what I was writing was not good enough, but then my undergraduate transcript is in economics, and I'm trying to switch to climate change or environmental science. The scholarship was not coming. So that's why I tell people, don't be stubborn about you must do this, you must do this. I did economics in my undergraduate, and the first time I applied for a scholarship in economics was when I got a scholarship. For the past 2 years, I was applying for the wrong thing. So I want to tell others to learn from my own mistake and don't make the same mistake. That's why I'm holding this bootcamp. You know all the things you need to do so that once you click your application, you get a scholarship. That's the target of this bootcamp. So like I said, if you don't have a publication, you don't have an organization, you don't have where you're doing all this leadership, volunteering, you need to start now to do it. These things are very important, not just for your CV. You also get award, you will get international trips. This year already, I've won 3 international trips already. I've won 3. 2 to Germany, 1 to Switzerland. And not only the international trips, what are other things? I've gotten 3 grants this year 5,000 euros, another one 5,000 euros, then the other one $100 just this year. Why? Because I'm not just doing my study. I'm not a bookworm. I don't even study like that. I feel like I'm just gifted. If I read it once, it will enter. So I do not put all my mind in book. Do other things so that when they look at your CV, even you sef, if they give you my CV, you will judge yourself. You will say, no, this person suppose get this opportunity. Because if you look at what is in the CV, not just the even TeamUpcyclers, I'm doing a lot of projects, both the one we do in the IDP camp and these online trainings we do. And then I have my masters to do. I'm studying, I have assignments, and then the WhatsApp groups, coordinating the WhatsApp groups, sharing opportunities with people, doing one-on-one mentorship, application reviews. Sometimes my friends will ask me, how do you do all these things and you still get a good grade? I don't know how I'm doing it, but then you need to strategize. If me, I'm able to do this while I'm in school, what about you that have not gotten a scholarship? You can do it. Tell yourself, I can do it. I want to see it now. Say it to yourself, I can do it. Type it on the chat box. Let me see it. You need to get a scholarship this year. So start now to re-strategize. Do you know that some grants that I won, I did the project because of that particular grant? Like the one that took me to Dubai 2 times. I won the Irina Teaching for Net Zero Award, and I went to Dubai twice, fully funded. Do you know that I did a project because of that particular application? I was not doing anything in renewable energy. In fact, that Irina that I won was not the one I did the project for. I saw an application. What was the title? Commonwealth Sustainable Energy Session. In the guidelines, they say, go to a school or wherever, an academic institution, teach people about renewable energy, get the pictures, the videos, document everything and submit it. I saw that. I planned the project immediately. I used my money to do it. I called my friend. We went to the IDP camp. We gathered materials. I constructed the materials from waste. I documented the process, videoed everything, and then thought I did not spend more than 20K in that project. Then I gave out solar torchlights, then some cash reward to the participants. I documented the report of everything, submitted it to the Commonwealth Sustainable Energy Session. I did not get it. It was not up to 1 month. The Irina Teaching for Net Zero Award, they opened their own application. And I saw that this is exactly the same thing I did. I applied with that same project. And I got the one of Irina. 20K won me a trip to Dubai. We are just 6 in the whole world that got that award. I'm the only Nigerian. The other 3 people are lecturers in university. One is a professor. So like I'm just the least there. So the other 3 people are lecturers in the university. Then the other guy, I don't know, he has a startup. But then how was I able to enter this? Not only we went to COP28, we were given a platform to come and speak to others. That was my first time of speaking in an international stage, my first time of attending COP, the Conference of Parties. After that, they sponsored us again to additional trip, the Arena Youth Forum in Abu Dhabi. That's the capital of Dubai. So why am I trying to say this? If you are intentional about your life, what you want to do with your life, if you are very intentional about it, you will not get distracted. Plan yourself, put out the things you want to do. You want to see these things in your CV so that any scholarship you are putting in your CV, they cannot say no. Like they can't say no, they cannot reject you. They cannot reject you. So, sorry, Bella, you're asking, can you suggest some of the volunteering opportunities in Nigeria? If you go through my previous videos where I did grant writing clinic, I did 1 to 3 sessions on that grant writing. Start from 1 to 3, watch everything. You will see, you get some ideas. Then if you're not in the WhatsApp group, join the WhatsApp group if you're not there. So do academic stuff, do your publication, do leadership stuff, volunteering, even volunteering that I did in the church. All of them are in my CV. People that know me from my village, they know that some people say I carry church for head. That's what they're saying. I carry church for head. I was the block closely president for over 7 years or so. Block closely president. Block closely took me around the whole of Nigeria. Conference. I was doing it. I think that was where all my blessings started, because I never knew that I was going to come far in life. But it's good to also worship God in truth and in spirit. I was in block rosary. I was getting criticism. Some people will say that I want to use the money that I'm collecting to eat food. There is nothing that they did not say. I was the Mary League girls, I think secretary or so. I know I was holding their money then. Sion, I was keeping their money for them like a FinSec or thereabout. I did the Holy Childhood. I was their animator, taking care of children. In fact, my brother will be laughing at me every time I'm tying Fatima style. If you know Fatima style, I used to tie Fatima style till I graduate from university. I'll be carrying block rosary children up and down, up and down. After block rosary, I'll take them home. So all those things, I was doing it. I never knew it was going to be something in the future. I was in a lot of societies in the church. All these things are in my CV now. Even though I'm no longer in so many societies now, I'm just a lay reader and a legionary now. Because here, they don't even have legion. I've not gone for legion since I came here. When I went to Abuja, I was doing my legion. When I went to Amobia, I was doing my legion. So then Lerida, those are the two things I'm currently in now. But when I was back home, I did so many things. Family and Human Life Unit of the Catholic Church. I was also a member and a delegate. The so many organizations, justice, peace, development. I was also a member. So now what I do is, if I see any application that relate to any of those things I've done in the past, when I'm writing the application, I'll be listing out those part of it, those things that are related. When I'm doing stuff related to peace, justice, I know that I've been a member of Justice, Development and Peace Commission of the Catholic Church. I'll mention it there, talk about the activities I did as a member. So why am I saying all these things? Don't focus on one thing. Do so many things. You don't know the one that God will use to bless you. That's just the truth. It may even be your volunteering. I did not go to the best school in Nigeria. I didn't go to the best school because of my background. We don't even have money to eat food. So why will I attend the best school? All the schools that I attended are the worst schools. The secondary school I attended, the primary school I attended, I sat on the floor. There was no seat inside the class. We were sitting on the floor. Secondary school I attended, there were potholes inside the class, ceilings, no ceilings, are falling off. I was there. I was still taking first, second, third until I graduated secondary school. Which university did I go? Open University. People were mocking us, say, Open University. There is nothing they teach in Open University. I did not even send them because now who go pay my school fees if I not go Open University? I was working full time, paying my school fees, doing all these things, and then still graduated as the best student again. And now I'm here again. That's one thing that made me, I say, you see, I must get scholarship. I will never use my money to pay my school fees again. They no born me, born suffer. I don't suffer. I no go use my money pay school fees again. I told myself that, and I was very intentional about it. And I did not just come and get the scholarship. I started planning it for over 2 years, getting all the important things that I need, the publications, the volunteering, the leadership, the work experience. I didn't do the best job. What was the job I was able to get in Nigeria? I was teaching job. I was only a teacher in a private school. My highest salary was 60K. That was in Abuja. If you remove transportation, how much remain? I can't even chop food with the 60K. Now that I dey use am put, wetin 60K go do? So it was all the other things that I was doing that paid off. The volunteering, the leadership, the organization, those are the things that paid off. I started getting grants, international trips, award because of the volunteering, community development aspect of my work. So if you are here today, you want to get a scholarship, maybe I'm teaching about grant writing, you say, grant writing no concern me. Now scholarship I get, I want. Now you do yourself. Grant writing must concern you, because I would have been frustrated in 2023 if not because of grant. Wetin scholarship do me 2023, I no fit talk am. Scholarship broke my heart into pieces in 2023. But then what made me not to lose my sanity was grants. God favored me 2023. I got so many grants. I got 2 international trips. I got award. I got so many grants every month, January, February, March, April, till December. I was winning stuffs in 2023. I think I got everything was like maybe up to around 12,500 or $13,000, everything in 2023. Not talking of the one of 2024. And then this year again. Those are what I got from grants. I did projects. I swear, when you do projects, you have some change for yourself as well, because you are going to pay yourself and pay other volunteers that are part of the project, so you can get something from it. So if I said, okay, let me just be doing my work and be looking for scholarship, I no wan apply grant, I dey apply scholarship. Wallahi, scholarship broke my heart. I did not get it. So if you're on this call, yes, you want to get scholarship this year, also start to do community development projects, so that as you're waiting for scholarship, you're getting money from this side, you're getting money from this side. Nigeria is very hard now. Nigeria is very hard now. Nigeria no smile now. You need other sources of income as you're waiting for scholarship. That's why I'm doing both the scholarship, the grant. And one good thing, these things will help you to add value to your CV. To add, like, your CV will be, you stand out. There are some places you can enter with that your CV. Only your academic will not carry you go there. Those your leadership. It's not my academic that carry me go on all the travel I travel. It's the leadership and the volunteering that took me there. So make sure you have these things in your CV. So, like I said, what are the common mistakes that people make? You use one CV for the same application. Please, you need to adjust. If you're writing, maybe you're applying for a research scholarship, like let me say you're applying for the Australia Research Training Program. Show the research aspect of your work. Show stuff related to research. Like, that's what in fact, that Australia stuff, they will even give you a template. When you look at the templates, what they want to see is your research background, your research skills, to know that yes, you can do research. Then don't add unnecessary experience. For example, you want to do your masters in economics, you come add your experience, say you do cashier work, wetin concern cashier work with what you're applying for. Remove those unnecessary things. Like I said, there was the time my CV was like 10 pages. I had to cut down all the nonsense that was there. Even some unnecessary certificate. How many certificate I get? My certificate is more than 60. So what am I doing? That time I was listening. At a point, I sat down and removed all those rubbish that I don't need. I removed all of them from my CV. Then use the same font. Don't be inconsistent in your formatting. If you are using fonts, let me say you are using Times New Roman point 12 or point 11, let it be the same for everything. Maybe use a specific font for the body and a specific font for the headings. So use consistent font. And then be concise. No matter I said star method, don't come and give them a pistol. You have to be brief, concise, straight to the point. One good thing that grant writing will teach you, it will teach you how to be concise. Some grants will give you a very big question and they will tell you to put it in 500 characters. You look this question finish, how you fit answer this thing in 500 characters? And 500 characters is like 60 to 70 words. You have to start learning how to cut down. That's one thing about this writing. It's going to teach you how to be concise. So remove all the errors, grammatical error. You want to get scholarship and you do not take the grammatical errors in your write-up. You need to correct all of them. Use Grammarly, or you type grammar checker online. When you type it on Google, you will see an app. You use it to check and correct all your grammatical errors. Even when you're writing your personal statement of purpose, all those things, use those grammar checkers to check and correct all the grammars. Use action verbs I said it, don't use passive, use action verbs like conducted research on. Someone was asking me, what if you did it in the past? Conducted research on. Don't say I conducted research on. So use passive voice. Sorry, use active voice, active action verbs. Then you save your CV if it's in PDF or Word, depending on what they ask you for. You save it in that. Then remember, if you are putting your, there's a way you format your CV to include the links to what you have done. For those of you that will be purchasing my own CV, when you click on any link, it will take you to the project. And one thing I do is any project I do, I write the report. Aloy, thank you so much for joining. So for any project I do, I write the report. So if I'm telling you that I went to 5 IDP camp, I trained 3,000 persons, blah, 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 blah. When you click the link, you will see the report, you will see the pictures, you will see the videos, you see everything there. So that's one way of being accountable and credibility, add credibility to your work. They'll see, oh yeah, this person actually did this thing. So if you have done some extracurricular activities, put it there. If there are some groups, associations where you belong to, put it there. It's very important. So I think that's all for today. If you have any question, comments, you can drop it on the chat box. If you're excited about this session, I want to see a beautiful emoji. In fact, put an emoji according to how you feel. I'm waiting. Then if you have a question or comment, you share. So the first 3 persons that joined the call, type your name. Let me know that you are still here. Sarah, thank you. The first 3 persons, Sonia, Prosper, and Nkoma. If you are still on this call, please can you type your name? I'm going to review your CV for you free of charge. If you are still on this call till the end, it's not those that will join and run away along the line. Okay, Sonia, you're still here. Okay. I want to see, tell me, what did you learn from this session? This question time. Nobody wants to ask me questions, so let me ask a question. What did you learn from this session? Type it. And how many of you will be publishing your own journal before the end of this year? At least one publication. If you're going to do it, let me see your hand. It's a promise that you're going to do it. So make sure you join tomorrow's class when we talk about research method. It's very important. Okay, you learned that you need to put in more work. Yeah, thank you. That's very important. You need to set targets. Give yourself targets. Sometimes it will be as if I don't used to rest. But because I have a lot of targets, and when I look at my target, I've not achieved the target, I still have to work very hard. Okay. It's Sonia, you said you are confused about the STAR method in the CV. So you are going to get a CV review because you are the first person to join. Then we can talk about it one-on-one. I did not forget you, Gaston. I did not forget you. I don't think I've seen you in this call for a while. Any other question or comment? Question? Okay, it's my own time to ask question. I want to ask question now. Question. Okay, Bella, you said you're excited. Thank you. So I'll be asking my own question. Since you guys want to ask me question, let me ask question. So what did I say is the tone you used to write your academic CV? What's the tone you are supposed to use to write it? Type your answer. Okay, Chinenye. Thank you. Type your answer. What's the tone you are supposed to use? Okay, Sarah said, I learned that I must include some of the volunteer works that I'm doing in the church, especially in the aspect of leadership in my CV. That's very good. Yeah, that's very important. Very important. All those things, we take it for granted as if they don't matter, but they really matter. They matter so much. They matter so much. Any other comment or question? Okay, Sarah, you said your name, yeah, the network was bad. Okay, you couldn't drop your name. Sorry, Emmanuel. Emmanuel. Sorry. Okay, Chinenye Okunta. Okay. So I want to ask questions. I asked a question. What's the tone we are supposed to use in writing when we are describing our experience? Active. Very good. Sarah said active words, not passive words. That's very good. Like, it's only Sarah that is participating in this class today. I'm going to send you data after this class. You're the only one that is very serious today. Okay, Bella, you're also trying. Creating opportunities. Yeah, active voice. Yeah, very good. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to ask one more question. How many of you will be promising me that you're going to publish? How do I manage rejection? That one, I'm already used to it. I've programmed my mind that I will accept the rejection. Rejection is part of life. It's part of life. I got more than 40 scholarship rejections. I wrote 40 on my LinkedIn page. Every day I remember the ones I did not include. They are like up to 45 rejections. But then that was the rejection that made me cry. That one made me cry because I passed through how many stages? They needed only one person in Africa. I passed through so many stages, did do like double interview. The last one, they said we are only two. And during this interview, they're telling me, congratulations, we're expecting a good news. You know that kind of feeling. These people are wicked. Guy, all those things they'll be telling you congratulations from the beginning. Fear them. Fear them. Most of them will end up rejecting you. They told me congratulations, I should be expecting a good news. And what's the good news I got? Second position. And they gave me 50%. I cry. I no lie, I cry. I cry for 2 days. So, but that's by the way. That one has gone. The one I got now is better. So if you're applying for things, just arrange your mind that you'll be getting rejection. Another rejection that made me cry was in January 2024. The price challenge. I passed first stage, enter second stage, enter third stage, which was the interview. And this man was busy telling me, excellent, excellent. During the interview, he was saying, excellent, excellent. Interesting, that I will go far. And what did this man give me last? Rejection. I lost $20,000 like that. Guy, it didn't make me cry. But then, I cannot do anything about it. So, okay, you need guidance on how to publish. Tomorrow, I'm going to hold a session on research. So try and join tomorrow's class. I'm going to talk about research proposal. Though the research proposal actually is for those that want to do their PhD. If you want to apply, because if you're applying to US, you can get PhD directly from your bachelor's degree. You can get a PhD. So what I'm planning to do is, after the session tomorrow on how to write a research proposal, if you're applying for a research program, you will need to write a research proposal. I will still hold other sessions on how you can do publications. Like, I'll still do another session on that. But tomorrow's own is also important because from the big, like writing a research proposal will help you to know. That's the first thing you need to be able to develop your publication. So it's also important you learn how to search for various relevant websites where you can search what are you supposed to include in your publications, the sources you are supposed to cite and those you are not supposed to cite. So make sure you join tomorrow's session. Okay, you need Yeah, Gaston said, can you give us some advice on how to overcome procrastination? Yeah, procrastination is very deadly. Like, it has cost me a lot of things. When I see procrastination, I feel like crying because I remember so many things that procrastination cost me. So many things. I lost one opportunity. I know that I was very qualified. I applied. I put a video link, empty link. I was saying, after, let me go and upload the video in that link. After, let me upload the video. I forgot it and I was not selected. Something I know that I was qualified, and na big money plus travel opportunity, laptop, monthly allowance. I miss it. I feel like beating myself to stupor because I procrastinated, and that was how I missed it. After that day, I swear, I say I no go do procrastination again. Anytime that my spirit tell me do this thing, I'll start doing it. Even these sessions I'm holding, yeah, one of my friends told me I should wait, I should plan it, give it enough time, do this, do that. I told him I no go wait because I know myself. If I leave it, I'll procrastinate. I will not do it, I'll procrastinate. So it's better I start doing it now. When I created my organization's website, since last year I want to create website. Not last year, since 2023 I want to create a website. I kept on procrastinating. Last year there was an opportunity I needed to apply for. Because I don't have a website, I did not apply. January this year, I told myself I must do the website. I did the website by myself. I don't like to spend money unnecessarily, especially when I know that this thing I can do it. I can do it. That's what I tell myself. And it has helped me. So many things. I don't give it out. I don't think I've given out a lot of work to people to do. But it's still a problem. To some extent, it's a problem because I have an issue with delegation. I feel like if I delegate this task to someone, they may not do it very well to the test that I needed. That's why I end up doing a lot of things by myself. Which, if I delegate it, my workload will reduce. I'll have some rest. So that's also an issue I'm trying to overcome, to learn how to delegate tasks to other people. But still, I feel like they can't do it the way I want. They can't do it to a test that I want. That's another problem. So you need to be serious about you avoiding your procrastination. Be serious about it. Give yourself target and work towards that target. Give yourself target and work towards it. Do you understand? Any other question or comment? Any question? Okay, let me ask you a question. How many of you have an organization? You have your own organization. Can I see your write up? Do you know one thing about having your own organization? One good thing about it is that you are the leader in that organization. Most of these things, they want to see your leadership skill, not your followership skill. If you are a follower, you are working on other people's projects. You are just like a volunteer or a worker. Yes, volunteering is good, but don't just be a follower all the time. Have your own thing that you will call your own, that you will be the founder. Okay, you have a registered organization, that's good. Have your own thing that you are the founder, so that whenever you are asked to demonstrate your leadership skill, then you use that place that you are the founder, you use it to demonstrate your leadership skill. Like when you look at the chevening, there are some essays concerning leadership there. So have your own thing. There is a kind of application that you can get when you are doing your own thing, not when you are a worker for somebody, not when you are working for somebody. There are some things they need. Those that will apply should be the founder or the co-founder. So such kind of opportunity, you need to have your own thing to be able to get it. That's why I keep advising people to start up something. When I started my own project, I started it for a particular competition, the Trash to Catch Challenge. I went to their website, I saw what they needed. I went and did projects and submit related to what they needed, and I took first position. I told them I'm going to register this as an organization. I'll take it to the next stage. I'll start doing projects with it. That was how we started. We did not even plan it officially. We just started it like play. And today, here we are. The same thing we started jokingly is the same thing that is giving me a source of livelihood, which made me to again mind resign from my teaching work. Because of TeamUpcyclers, I had to resign from my teaching work because I took permission. I went to Kenya. I came back. They seized my salary. They don't want to pay me. Maybe they are afraid that I'm going to run away. They delayed my August salary till October. When they finally paid me, I left the October salary for them. I submitted my resignation letter and left them. But assuming I don't have TeamUpcyclers, I'll still be there working for them, receiving insults. Like, you can't even satisfy them when you're working for people. But when you're doing your own, that's the best. You get to a certain level whereby you don't even need, you can start when you are working for somebody and be doing your own. Then at a point when you are stable, you resign and focus on what you are doing. So you say, have you used AI to write CV or statement of purpose before? You don't need to use AI to write CV. I think I've talked about AI several times. AI don't do the writing for you. The only thing you can use AI to do is to correct maybe your grammatical error, or to add some things, or like reduce. Maybe you wrote a lot of word count, you want to reduce. AI should not do the writing for you. That's just the truth. That is what we call prompt engineering. You have to train AI. Train AI to give you what you want. Don't just put a question. AI writes personal statement for me. I want to apply for MS in economics. Write a personal statement for me. It will give you a generic response that it gives to everybody. So you're going to put in the write-up. You write everything you want in that particular application before you now put it there. Maybe you want it to enhance it or to restructure it very well. Lest I forget, if you have not subscribed, please just go now and click the subscribe button. Also turn on your notification. If you have not watched the previous videos we did on grant writing, I talked about it, especially how you can start your own organization. I described the process I went through before I started my own in the first grant writing clinic. So try and watch everything. I talked about how to develop proposal, budget, everything. I did the grant writing clinic 1 to 3. So try and watch everything. You learn how to start up your own organization. If you have not joined the mentorship, after this month of March, yeah, I was collecting 25K. The 25K for 3 months is just for me to test run it. So it's like a promo price. After March, if March finish like this, the price will not be 25K for 3 months again. So those people that registered first, they're like my first clients. So I'm using them to test run the mentorship and everything. From next month, the price will change. So if you are interested in the mentorship to get one-on-one support on how you can write all these things, then you need to register. If you still want it at 25,000, the opportunity is this month. After this month, from next month, I'll upload the new prices because I'm doing some restructuring. I'll upload the new price from next month. If you have not gotten your own copy of the scholarship book that I wrote, I listed out all the scholarships, the different categories: merit-based, government, need-based, research, university scholarship, field-based scholarship, all the categories of scholarship, and the links where you can find them and how to apply for them, check your eligibility, everything. 17 pages of book. I'm giving it out at a giveaway rate for $5. So if you're interested, you just send me a DM, you get your own copy. The personal statements, I've compiled all my personal statements that I've used to win both scholarship, fellowships, and other ones I got to interview stage. I compile everything. That one is also for $5. If you're also interested, you can get your copy. There are other write-ups there, personal statements for other programs, not just scholarships. So if you're interested in getting that, it's also $5 at a giveaway rate. If you need my CV, my award-winning CV, I call it award-winning because I've used it to win more than 45 awards. So if you need it, you also see the list of the things I've won. You want to apply for those things, fine and good. The CV, I'm also giving it out at $5 if you need it. Then tomorrow's class, I also do the research proposal and then a comprehensive guide on research method, all the steps you take to be able to do research, and then you can publish. That research method, whatever, is also $5. By the end of this session, I will compile all the books for the whole 5 days. and then that one will be for 20 USD. So if you want to get each day copy, it's 555. 5 times 5 is 25 USD. But if you are getting all the compilation in one book, then that one will be 20 USD. Someone that asks, you want to register for the mentorship? Yeah, I can give you our account details. You send $25. If you are registering from outside Nigeria, $25. If you're in Nigeria, 25,000 naira. If you're in Nigeria. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, make sure you join the WhatsApp group. If you have not subscribed to our Telegram channel, subscribe today. If you have not followed us on Instagram, follow us today. Check my LinkedIn profile. You can go to our website, look at what we have done, the project we have done, everything we have done. So thank you so much for joining. And then make sure you send me a DM if you need to get any of these documents. I attached my phone number to the description of this call. I also attached my the organization's email address, so you can send me an email or a private message on WhatsApp or LinkedIn, anywhere. Try and subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your notification. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. If you have any comments, question, emoji, drop it. So we're going to end this session. In the next few seconds, I'm ending the session. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.